The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see Baltimore.
Live from Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the magic at Amway Center. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Last outing for Orlando, they won that game again.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Now the starting group for Baltimore. They've got Mason. He's out there with Ulis. Isaiah Thomas out there with J.J. Barea. And it's Van Vliet in at the four-man position. Now, here's Ulis. No problems knocking that one down. Seems like most stars now want to play on a super team, Doris, even if it means making personal sacrifices.
No doubt. And sometimes a player makes decisions. It doesn't have everything to do with money, and it doesn't have everything to do with touches. Sometimes when you get to a particular state in your career, it's about winning ultimately. And what does it take for me to get a ring? And those are the drivers of a lot of players' decision-making.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
He's so very quick to convert off the miss, and usually with authority.
We played just over a minute here in the first. And at last, they get one to fall. Ulis has got his first bucket of the night. Rubio, the pass to Zubats. Thomas against Parsons. 5 to shoot. That one misses. And Baltimore going the other way now. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I agree. It seemed like they were very dependent from the three-point stripe, and it made things way too easy for the defense.
Here's Rubio following the bucket by Baltimore. 1:58 left here in the first quarter. Pass to Nowitzki. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Offensive rebound. Here's Zubats. He can't get that one to fall. For Baltimore, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Ulis, good.
And Ulis must take that shot and make it on a more consistent basis. When he does, the whole floor opens up.
And Tyler Ulis, the 34th pick in 2016, Greg, out of Kentucky, where he set the single-season assist record with 7 a game.
Yeah, and at 5'10", that small stature is obviously a concern. But in his young career, he's shown flashes. But he's going to have to shoot it better if he's going to succeed long term.
Now, here's Bellinelli following the miss by Tyler Ulis. And here is Mason. Inside, and the rejection by Zubats. And it's going to be out of bounds. Baltimore will retain possession. And the leaderboard with some point guards who have been getting their hands dirty in the paint lately. Let's take a look at the top rebounding guards of the last 10 games. 5th on the list, J.J. Barea.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do it.
No, exactly. These guys will scrap. The majority of point guards in the league make their living strictly on the perimeter, but not these guys. They're just as comfortable down low as they are outside.
Here's Rubio. Baltimore with the rebound.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target. Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Plays it up and banks it in.
I tell you, unwilling to settle for something on the perimeter. Rubio sticks his nose inside.
Now Thomas. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Mason. Takes the three. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki.
Makes you reflect, milestones always.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and draining buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think here about Baltimore in this one?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second-chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good, and right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second-chance opportunities.
On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Ulis. He's out there with Mason. J.J. Barea is out there with Thomas. And it's Van Vliet in at the 4 spot. Here's Bellinelli following the three-pointer by Baltimore. Here's Ulis. It doesn't go for him. The Magic go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Passes it to Bellinelli. Now, here's Zubac. Over Barea. Barea pulls it in. Down low. Here's Ulis. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 3 assists tonight.
What a solid pass by J.J. Barea. I tell you, he's not flashy, but you can count on this guy to run the offense the right way.
Now, here's Rubio. On the wing, Bellinelli. 6 to shoot. From the arc. The Magic again can't hit. Baltimore leading by 6. Van Vliet looking around. Baltimore moving that ball around. Here's Thomas. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, just terrific body control from Isaiah Thomas. This guy's amazing at his ability to convert through contact.
Baltimore shooting their first free throw of the evening. A lot of guys can take over a game, Doris, at a moment's notice. You snap of your finger. In your mind, who goes that quickly into that zone and takes over like that?
I'll tell you this, the guy who comes first to my mind is Klay Thompson. I mean, what we've seen this guy achieve in a 12-minute quarter and the speed with which the ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite as fast as Klay, but can put 20, 30 in a quarter in a heartbeat. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better step out that kitchen because you're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
You are. Well said. Now, here's Bellinelli. Nobody near Parsons. Offline with his 3. And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for Baltimore. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Thomas. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Thomas got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
And 101 left now here in the second. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Here's Barea, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Barea's got his second bucket. The pass to Bellinelli. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Shoots from 12. It's good, and the Baltimore lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Nowitzki.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot.
Now, here's Ulis. 7 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Barea. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Barea's got 6 points.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
Nowitzki for 3. And the first half is now in the books. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, for Baltimore, Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out.
And that's going to do it.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Without question, Tyler Ulis displaying his skills today.
And, you know, not always the guy that you would expect to be making the big plays, but so far tonight, he has delivered.
They've got Nowitzki. Bellinelli is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. The Magic trail by 9. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. DA, thank you. Baltimore with the ball. The Magic getting the bucket, and it's in there.
Well, just so smooth. Isaiah Thomas has impressive elevation and touch on the jumper.
Rubio finds Parsons. To the middle. It's good, and the Baltimore lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Zubats.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Here's Van Vliet, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Barea, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And this is what you have to love about J.J. Barea. Just absolutely fearless and always plays 100% out. That's nice.
You know, Doris, for a long time, few people realized how efficient the three-point shot can be, the extra point making such a difference. Why do you think it took a while for that thought process to hold?
Well, I think obviously we have advanced metrics, and the reason we have advanced metrics is there are more ways to monitor the things that happen between the lines, right? There are cameras everywhere. We can track people's data via computer programs. But I think one of the interesting things to me, Kevin, is that Steph Curry really has changed the logistics of what defines a quality shot. Here's a guy who steps across half court, and when he does, he's in range. So the influence of Steph Curry cannot be understated.
Great example. Now here's Bellinelli. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. Inside. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. A nice shot by Barea.
Oh my goodness, how good is that pass? When Isaiah Thomas is on the floor, what a leader.
And Rubio kicks to Bellinelli. To the left wing. Parsons for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Van Vliet, defended by Nowitzki. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. The Magic trail by 5. In the corner, Parsons with it. They grab their own miss, and they pick up 2. Zubats has got 10 points in the game.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Mason, the pass to Barea. Here's Van Vliet, and the rejection by Zubats. And now Orlando on the break. Parsons running. That evens the score. That's now 8 points for Ricky Rubio.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Parsons against Thomas. Over to the left wing. Mason, the pass to Thomas. 1 second left. Misses there. It's all tied in Orlando. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the floor for Baltimore, Ulis is out there with Mason. And there's J.J. Barea. Then it's Thomas. And it's Van Vliet in at the 4 slot. Now here's Barea. Kicks to Ulis. Barea finds Thomas. Now Mason, covered by Parsons. Mason misses. Well, Orlando shooting pretty good tonight at 48% to take the lead, and Parsons with the lay-in. Parsons got the lead up to 2 now for the Magic.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Barea. Rebound by the Magic. Zubats has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
The shot by Bellinelli, no good. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Baltimore. Mason misses. Here's Bellinelli. He kicks to Rubio. Bellinelli with it, now guarded by Ulis. Pass to Nowitzki. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Van Vliet's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
First one falls for him. And Mason drops them both. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. And Rubio kicks to Nowitzki. The rebound by Mason. For Baltimore, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Now the dish to Barea. Baltimore moving that ball around. Now, here's Ulis. He's tightly guarded. Bellinelli with it. To the paint. Rubio, the pass to Zubats. That one good for 2. And the Magic lead by 2.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Now, here's Thomas. Van Vliet kicks to Barea. Here's Thomas. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Think about this. Isaiah Thomas goes from being the last pick in the 2011 NBA draft to a guy who finishes a season top 5 in MVP voting. What a journey, guys.
Now, here's Nowitzki. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, Kevin, these are the times when they need Nowitzki, and he has outstanding feel for these moments.
Here is Thomas. Passes to Mason. back at 6. Good. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there. Magic have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Rubio finds Bellinelli. Parsons outside. Shoots it up. It's good.
That is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
And Baltimore calls time here. They're behind by 2. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Nowitzki. It's in!
Don't you just love how Dirk comes alive when the game is tight? Incredible patience in closing time.
And Baltimore calls time here. They're trailing by 2. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
My question is, will they go for the 2 to tie or 3 to win?
Thomas against Parsons. Thomas kicks to Mason. Back to Thomas. Over Parsons. It's in! A huge shot to tie it up.
Isaiah Thomas is a game closer. He's as cold-blooded a player as there is in the NBA.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
Boys, nice time.
And the Magic start out with the ball. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Thomas. Mason is out there with Ulis. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Van Vliet in at the power forward position. Shot clock at 2. The offensive rebound. And that one is good from Zubac. Zubac has got the lead up to 2 now for the Magic.
Well, second chance points can come from extreme effort on the offensive glass. Case in point there.
Thomas against Parsons. It's deflected.
I'd say he doesn't necessarily have great hops, but Parsons makes up for it with his timing.
Down low, Zubac. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Yeah, with the score this close, guys, I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense. Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
It's just so great to see ball movement like this, and he is excellent at getting his teammates involved.
And Baltimore calls time here. They're down by 5. There's 53 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Parsons against Thomas. Van Vliet passes to Mason. Thomas surveying the D. Just 5 on the clock. And that one is off. So Orlando will take it the other way. And so they foul intentionally. Six-second difference between shot and game clock. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
And Baltimore calls time here. They're trailing by 7. 29 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. And the pass to Mason. Back to Thomas. Kicks it to Barea. Mason for 3. Again, the miss by Baltimore. And so it's Parsons with it. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Rubio against Mason. Rubio outside. And so it's Orlando winning this one. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks, for great...
The